Hi guys, my name is Amit, and what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you exactly how I designed the blueprint for companies, and I designed this all these strategies of amazing marketing stuff. So today I'm going to design entire concepts of what exactly it's required. Now, just to give you kind of a brief insight, this company has came out to me through one of my friend, and they wanted to, they've tried almost everything. They've tried online, offline events, and they've tried been all these things for quite some time, almost like in 1 year, and still I think they have not reached to that level. So this is what I have designed is I have one page blueprint. And if you are here and if you want to see what kind of amazing ideations can be possible through just one page and paper and pen, the old traditional way of what us millennials has been using, now stay back and I'm going to show you in the next 20 minutes the entire idea of creating this entire brand journey and identity of this company purely on pen and paper. So straight on, this thing that I can do is I show you everything raw. And even I'm shooting this video without any filters, without any stuff, because I feel people should understand the transparency of work. And those days are gone when you can actually just make PowerPoint presentations of 20 pages, 30 pages, and 100 pages. And probably the people who are into the creative industry or probably the agencies, they keep on doing this. But the core is this one pager. The core is this strategy. The core is how exactly you can penetrate the market. Now, when I say penetrate the market, you need to create that kind of a core niche by which you can get inside to people's adorations. They should be able to look at you. They should be able to see what they have for you, right? So if you are looking at all those things for your company or your stuff, please help yourself to share this video to reach out to people who can actually take benefit out of this. So this is just a kind of a formula that I'm sharing it live and transparent, pure, and this is something which you can stay back. So in the next couple of minutes, you will see how I've designed it for a company called as My Peach Store. This video is specifically designed to demonstrate the power of just paper and pen to design the entire concept for an absolutely a new company called as mypeachstore.in. Now this company is basically into organic women's sanitary wares, and they are basically trying to use tampons as an alternative means of using them while they have this menstruation cycles. Very sensitive point, very delicate point to talk about, because the different mindsets of these people in India have never tried out this kind of products lately, and they're trying to create a kind of a revolution out of it. Yes, there do some competitions are there. We have seen it in the on the online stuff. And today I'm going to take you through something that I have designed just a one-page concepts, and this one-page concept is going to take this brand to the next level. So my name is Amit, and I had been a brand curator, and from last almost like 23 years, I've been helping people to design their different brands and companies, and helping them to get onto kind of a permanency in their mind of their customers. So with that, let's start with what all things I have. So pardon my handwriting, I do have a kind of a degree to write in such a language now once you get your doctorate. So this is what is going to happen is we are definitely looking at a human brand face. We need to have somebody from the company, not as a celebrity or somebody, but somebody from the company to be the human face. Now this is advisable because this becomes the kind of a brand legacy, right? So every company, whether it is Microsoft, whether it is Infosys, everyone has a kind of a human face as a brand of identity. So here also we need someone to be the face of this company to become the brand face, right? So these are divided into three parts. The first part is divided into the online segment. This entire thing has been divided into the online segment. So here you have seen that I have divided into very simple parts, which is the high, I'll say the frequency social media. So we have got Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Instagram. So I have kept only limited to only these four because I think these are the places where you have got different kind of TGs who are indirectly connected to that kind of a literacy level also that we are looking at to generate that penetration power to this masses. So Facebook is more of an entertainment and more of connectivities, more of people share and all these things. So this is a kind of a huge amount of traffic is already here. This is quite an established place to be. TikTok is on the other side has grown beyond the Instagram as well in this last couple of months. And yeah, it is still growing faster. The power of TikTok is the adaptability is within this 15 seconds to 1 minute of these videos that can be really viral in this social media. LinkedIn is for the corporate style, little serious people who needs those kind of detailed structure about the products and services, and that's where LinkedIn is all about. And Instagram is all about the images and connectivities, and this is more about the awareness programs and that can be done. All right, so this is the first part. Okay, this is the entire thing is the first part. Now coming to the second part is the people who are looking at more into the readability. Any which ways, this is more about the visibilities in terms of uh, images and videos, and here this is more about credibility through writing, and also about increasing your social media in terms of keywords and other stuff. But well, I'm not going to go to the technicalities of how a blog can help you. So the idea is to have these engaging blogs as small time articles that can be produced. Now this can be the core, and this can be the key things that can be fed in. So once your blog has been designed, you can basically link it all these things to Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, and many other articles as well, and including your PR as well. Coming to the second or the third point is the searchability. Now searchability can be on different Google and Google partner based searches. Really don't want to go to deeper segment of it. There will definitely be somebody who is doing this kind of stuff. Well, this is not the end of this entire thing. All right, so what I'm trying to look forward is also the other side, which is right now the mass engagement structure called as YouTube and the media streaming and influencer based kind of interviews through Zoom and other stuff. So this is the majorly the entire online structure. Now coming to the other part of what exactly we need to do is we are looking at something like an updated, always updated, free download landing page. So this is more of a I can say is as a lead magnet. I'm just writing it as LM, lead magnet, where the idea is to capture their interest through video engagement, and the only thing that we are looking forward to go ahead is capture their email IDs, phone number, and directly whether they are male or female that can be understood, and show relevant kind of content to them. So once they are inside this, the idea is to send them to either the website, or in the name of the website we can also help them to go for support or join a movement. Now this is something that we need to really figure out what kind of support movement or join the movement that we have designing. Coming to the other side of it is the events part. Now these are all the offline tricks. So events, I'm talking about the road shows and the other things that we have done, which we have to keep on doing it on our minor skills. And that was the entire idea to talk about in the meetings that we have, is like what kind of budgets we have, and if you can do something to create this kind of a huge amount of events. This is another one of the trade shows. Trade shows are very important factors, because this is where you get to know about the other counterparts, what kind of other things that is happening, what kind of other brands where you can actually tie up with. And I'm talking about which is like the community engagement in the terms of indoor, I call it as mass influence communications, right? And this is the power of the mic, in fact, which takes the matter to the next level. So the idea is to generate a landing page here, which will have basically the cause and what are the benefits they have, what are the kind of things that we're talking about in terms of this entire movement, what is the kind of flowchart, because people need an easy step to understand, and they need a very, very concise things that they can even talk and share. So this can happen in two ways. One, either they can have a yes, okay, I'm interested with this movement, and let's give it, nothing goes from my side, I'm not buying. There is no kind of a direct sale kind of thing happening, but yes, you can either support the mission by either buying the product and getting into the mission part, or join the movement, or you can do without buying also. So yes, if you are just buying, so then you are sent it to a nurture funnel, and these are basically the emails and the stuff that keeps on going. So the ideal thing that I have been using it for other brands is like 10 times to 20 times we send them a mail over a period of around 3 months, okay, and 1 month to 3 months, 1 month to 3 months, all right. And yeah, this is same for both of them. So if they say no, okay, I don't want to buy it, but still want to be nurtured, so 10 to 20 times, but this will be like more vigorous. I try to put it in like 2 months itself. right? And this can keep on be taken for almost like 6 months as well. So the nurturing is something that will be completely driven based on the content. And so we have an amazing team of people who are doing the content for companies like Liberate and other guys, right? So that's not the point here. The idea is to show you like what all things we can actually do it for you without even getting into the mass kind of uh, the presentation structures and all. So I'm talking about something called as the activation, brand activation. And in this brand activation, I'm looking for co-partnering and winning other female brands as well. So there are a couple of international brands which I really would like to talk about. This is called as houseofrazors.co.uk and threadup.com. These are, I think you can just Google this two amazingly important women brands, and I'm sure there will be a lot of other information that can come out. But I thought of prioritizing these two based on their brand images. So this is the idea I was talking about. Is this is a completely a kind of an Indian crowd that you're going to be talking about, and looking at the generosity and the number of people who are there, I think this is something which has been nicely branded, so you don't have to use a different brand. So I'm using this tagline called as "Man ki baat hamare saath," right? So this is a kind of a thing that probably touch the masses, and this is a probably this entire one line can be $1 million idea that you are getting from me. So I think this is what we come from, is we add value. And this to come out to this kind of a prescription for you, it took almost like 25 years for me to understand this entire Indian market, Indian sentiments, people personas and perspectives. And I thought, rather than designing it in a kind of a presentation and a very fancy presentations, why not I share you the actual thing? This is live, this is happening live. I have my design board on here, and this is the blueprint. This is the actual blueprint. This is how I've designed stuff. This is the raw structure, and I found this is where we come in through. So let's go to the next part, is the brand properties. So what I would like to ask you is, when we're designing these brand properties, these are a couple of things that I have came out with. Okay, so you could have a kind of a special day. Now that can be an Independence Day, or the Women Independence Day, or Confidence Day. We can create such kind of a brand here with this one day concepts, and this property can be leveraged to multiple things. Like for example, for breast cancer awareness, we have done something. We have been looking at millions of men doing a kind of an extensive feats of work for breast cancer awareness called as Pinkathon, and he does a kind of a sports along with that. So we can also look at sport as well. And tag style, we can have different kind of tag styles and hashtags and all those things, and basically we can have a symbol. So when I say symbol, I'm sure you have seen something like this, when the Paris thing happened. Okay, so we can use some kind of symbol that makes us stand out as a movement. Then comes emojis that can have hand symbols as well, because for example, Vivo is something like this, with a smile, right? And so I've been working with some more company, and they have a symbol like this, Pepsi, aha. This is something that I wanted to show you guys. Then we can talk about all this kind of small brand properties, and we can create a kind of a complete wholesome thing. The idea is to connect all these things to the movement. The movement has to be something which is like the core of all these things. Well, this is the entire background of it. So I had been designing all this ideas, and I'd been like looking into all this different companies. Let me tell you what are the kind of companies are prevalent for the women brands. So I have divided into fashion, casuals, e-commerce, and ethnic. So thus the names, I'm sure you will be knowing it. So some of the brands are very much close to me. I mean, I know them. I know the people working behind them from quite some time. Mango, Zara, Only, Viromida, H&M, Pramod, Forever 21 and Forever New, BCBG, A&D, Bebe, and casuals, we have got Tommy Hilfiger, UCB, Lacoste, Levi, Gap, Pepe. So these are like, I think, the Arvind brands here. Numero Uno, Latin Quarters, Trend Diva, Spiker. And on the e-commerce, we have got Roadstar, Tom Taylor, River Island, Herpa, Libas, Anhi. Ethnic, I'm talking about Fab India, Wow, Biba, and Global Desi. So the idea is basically to get to this kind of the big shark, or I'll say the big whales here, Landmark Group, Arvind, and Aditya Birla. These are the people who can actually take things to the next level, because we can definitely look at this. Apart from that, there are certain healthcare missions. I think for women health, we can look at, this is a symbol for ladies, okay, and we can talk about them as from different kind of things. Like for example, we can talk about HCG. Okay, we can talk about the uterine cancer and other stuff which happens and all these things, and we can connect to that. We can also connect to some sort of an NGO based kind of a movements. But the idea is, to create a kind of a sense of belonging. Okay, and I think this is one of the fantastic factors that I would look forward to. So overall, this is how the entire thing looks like. This is going to be your brand chart, and there will be, each one is going to be a huge amount of, so I think probably, a couple of pages would go only into this. I would rather refrain myself, like what exactly we're going to talk, our tonality, our, so these are the kind of, the four things that you can actually, do changes, and you can have your own style. So this, I call it as, the brand voice. Okay, so if it is something to do with your tonality, okay, you can talk about rhythm, you can talk about the volume or frequency. That means what is the intensity and how big you want to go about. Okay, so tonality, rhythm, brand frequency, or as I said, the volume frequency, and there has to be some sort of, a style, okay, that people can figure out that this is something which is really, a different way of talking about. So see, this is the thing. Probably just to sum up this entire video, I'm looking at somebody who can be the brand face. I'm not talking about somebody just to endorse the brand or become a brand ambassador. Okay, I'm looking at really somebody, who is not known to just to be the brand face. I'm looking at social media pages, blogs, search, and YouTube. This is the entire online structure I told you about. I'm also looking at podcasts for those people who are the busy bee, okay, who can actually get this Man Ki Baat Hamare Saath kind of things as a constant podcast, and there is always some sort of, I'll say, some sort of a benefit for the people who are listening in terms of their daily life, and connected to their social status. Okay, so this is like something that I would like to have a podcast, a series of podcasts, because I'm also connecting the radio, televisions, and other things with all these things. I can have a different property altogether. So events, trade shows, and indoors. So I'm just giving kind of an overview, but definitely I have already quite, thought about all these things. This is something that's not new for me right now. And coming to this next point is the activation part. So I'm looking at co-partnering with other people so that we can have this brand leverage and we can go to the next level, and we don't compete with any one of them. I thought this is the only way, because shopping is definitely one of the weaknesses of our target clients, and these are the kind of, an awesome brands who are targeting the similar kind of mindset as well. So looking into all these things, this is myself. My name is Amit Nath, and I had been, into this kind of designing from quite some time. And if you are really looking into, taking the things forward, let's meet up sometimes, and we can discuss it out. And this is the kind of entire blueprint that I have designed. This is raw. This is niche. This is just one pager idea that I'm just sharing with you. If you found this is profound, if you find this is something which you guys would like to do, right? So give me a buzz back, and this is my number. My number is 9611 300 700. We can, we can definitely sit down and talk about it. And this is something from my side. I think I wish you all the best, because you guys are really doing something great. And if this comes out to India, I'm definitely looking forward to empower my, citizens, and the mothers and sisters of India would be definitely proud to have such kind of products which are really making their life easier, smoother, and to the next level. So with that, see you, tata, bye bye, and good luck.